I just wanted to share this with you, my first impressions with domestic flight from Sydney to Gold Coast. I know it hasn't been a long time since I arrived to Gold Coast, but I felt the need to tell you a couple of things. This is why I love this country. There's always something bizarre or something new to tell. Like in a matter of few kilometers, literally, it was my first experience, and from Sydney to another city in Australia. I always done international flights. I never done a domestic one, and I have to say the experience it was quite, let's say, funny. Quite funny. First of all, as you know, I lost my passport today, and I found it because of a amazing person and a guy that just looked up for me on Facebook through my name and surname that he found on my passport, and he texted me telling me to come and grab it as soon as I could, and that was just awesome. It just saved my day. But I have to say that my passport was quite useless today. They didn't even bother to check it. Nothing at all. It never happened to me, and I flew within Italy, so in different cities in Italy, and they do check the ID. Here, nothing, absolutely nothing. I didn't even open it. They didn't ask for it. They just went to check my boarding pass. That was it. Second thing, as you girls know, you guys maybe you don't know, I'm sure you don't, but I'm gonna tell you. For us girls, it's always an issue to travel because of makeup. We always have problems with makeup because it has to be no more than 100 milliliters. So it's always like, you know, you have to grab those containers, these plastic bags, put it in, show it, and then put it back in the luggage. So it's a little bit like annoying. One thing, even there, nothing. I asked them because flying with international flights, it just came naturally for me to ask them, what should I do with my makeup? Do I have to show it to you? They were like, nope. Have you got a laptop? Yes, I do. Okay, just that one. And if you got any sprays? It's like, what do you mean by spray? Like my perfume? No, just like aerosol or sprays. Like, no, I don't have any. Oh, that's fine then. I was like, oh, okay. So, all right, cool, fine. So it was the time to board, and they opened the gate. So we go to the into the plane, and yeah, hostess, they were very casual, very casual. You know, there is, I don't know if you ever noticed, but once I read posts on Facebook, and it would say, you know, those little secrets behind the scenes when you are on a plane. And apparently, whenever you take a plane, before taking off, the hostess, they just pass by and very quickly, and they just look at the seats and everything, but you just think, okay, they're checking if we got the belts on, or I don't know, I've never done that. But apparently it's because they got a machine where they count how many people there are on a plane. So they just do it discreetly, okay, in a discreet way. And they got their hands behind and they just click. It's sort of like a timer, kind of, but it's just to count how many people they've got on the plane. So they just click it, but they do it behind so you don't get a bit awkward. That didn't happen. It totally didn't happen. In fact, they did it in front of us. Like literally, the hostess was coming with this thing, and she was just clicking. Like she was coming in front of us and clicking, like 2 people, 2 clicks. And I was like, okay, now I get why they try to do it in a discreet way. That was quite funny. So it was a very casual flight. and it was very laid back, like everything here in Australia. But when you come to this country for the first time and you come from overseas, the first impression you get is that they're very tough on at the border. They check everything, and you kind of get this idea of the Australian border as something so tough to get through. Yeah, I mean, so when you then fly domestic from the domestic airport, you have a totally different experience. I wasn't expecting that. I heard from other friends that they flew over the city in Australia, that they don't check documents, but this was that was funny. That was funny for me. Another thing as well, the first thing I've met in this state are moths, full of them everywhere. As soon as I got out of the airport, first of all, humidity is the almost the 2nd of November, and it's so humid, and it's not far away from Sydney, it's just the next state up north. So it was so humid, hot, and totally different. It doesn't have anything to do with Sydney or New South Wales. So I don't know what to expect tomorrow. I brought my shorts, my best tops, and I hope I can survive those 2 days. Let's see how it goes in those following days. Bye guys.